Rod Elkins going to the Guilford County Sports Hall of Fame. Mr. Elkins, Rod Elkins, athlete from Grimsley, UNC. Man, this is crazy. The Elkins fan, all this over the years, this all comes together. What does it mean to you to get in this Hall of Fame, representing not only all the teams you played for, the schools you attended, but the Elkins fan? What does this mean to you?
Oh, it's very meaningful. I think about my dad when I think about our youth years in Greensboro, and he started it. He was born and raised here in Greensboro. Went to Greensboro Senior High School, and he was an athlete, and then we all, of course, followed in his footsteps. And it's a great honor. Had a lot of fun growing up here playing sports. Greensboro had great youth sport programs when we were here growing up, and so it's just very meaningful. I have a lot of great memories. Many of the guys that are on the wall, whether they be players or coaches, I played with and against. So it brings back great memories.
Remember the days back when you were younger, and you and your brother Mike Elkins came through Grimsley. Jack Elkins, your father, very tough on those boys back in the day, but it paid off, didn't it? It really paid off in the long run, how tough he was on you guys coming up in the ranks athletically, right?
Yeah, I think it paid off. You had to have a certain level of intensity about you and discipline, and so yeah, he was a disciplinarian himself, and he knew what it took.
Because he'd been there.
He had been there, and we learned that from him. But then, we were also the beneficiaries of having older brothers, and my oldest brother Jack, he was an intense guy, and so I learned my intensity and my physicality from him. Maybe I learned how to compete and really how to win from my brother Hugh. So it was fun growing up in our household because we played ball every day, doing something.
What about the success at Grimsley over the years with the Whirlies? I know you love that school. That was your home school. What did that mean to you?
Oh, it's great to see them have success. Back when I was there, we had good success, but we never got the big one, the state championship. We lost a basketball state championship in my senior year, and we never got that far in football. So just to see Grimsley really do so well these days, it's a great feeling. I'm so happy for them.
At UNC, you had some good coaches, good leadership, and played with some outstanding players at UNC. That meant a lot to you as far as your career goes, too, I'm sure.
Oh, my gosh, yeah. Great players. We were absolutely loaded. We were too deep everywhere, and that's really what it takes. I mean, you have to have players all over the place, and at that time we did. And so every year we found ourselves in the mix of the national championship discussion, and that was really, really fun. And so great players like Lawrence Taylor, Amos Lawrence, Kelvin Bryant. I could go on and on and on.
Sure.
There's so many more. It was a great time to be at Carolina during those years also, because our basketball team was a national championship, and our basketball and football programs were literally year in and year out at the time in the top 10. So that was a lot of fun.
Tell us what you're doing these days. What does Rod Elkins up to these days?
Yeah, so I work for a medical device manufacturer, company out of France, and I'm the national sales director for them, so I travel a lot. And so I've been in that business for 30 years.
Any children, any other family members yet? Are they playing any sports?
Well, they're actually out of school at this point, out of the house. I have 3 children, 2 girls and a boy. And they were all athletes. They all played something and loved it. But we're all kind of beyond that at this point and in the working world.
What about the bottom line, the overall evaluation? What does it mean to get in this Hall of Fame? You told us that earlier. We kind of reestablished that point to us, what it means to get in and be a part of the Guilford County Sports Hall of Fame.
Well, again, I was born and raised here, and I grew up playing sports, youth sports, in Greensboro, and the city just had great youth sport programs. We were always involved.
Who was your first coach back in the younger days? Was there a coach to the recreation department you came through, maybe led you back in those early days? Anybody you can think of?
Oh, my gosh. That's a long time ago.
Yeah. What recreation center? Were you at Lewis?
I was at Lewis Center. I started out there, and that's actually where I played basketball.
Oh, yeah.
My brothers and I started at Lewis Center. And then we lived in Green Valley, so we always played for the Green Valley teams.
Oh, yeah.
So that's where I got my football start and baseball
Green Valley
start.
Gators back in the day,
That's exactly right.
Oh, yeah.
So it's very meaningful. I mean, such great memories, like I said. And, I had several brothers, and we all played at Green Valley. And so I think the memories that I have are not just playing with my brothers, but so many of my great friends who I continue to see and keep in touch with today played all over the place. We played sandlot ball. We played wherever we could find a hoop.
24/7, I'm sure.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, I guess we'll close it out with this, honoring Jack Elkins and Mike Elkins and Hugh Elkins, all the Elkins family. Rod Elkins going to the Hall of Fame. Congratulations, and you did the work, and you earned what you got. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.